Hey guys, we're back at this job in Mission Viejo where we did all the angle stop valves and the faucet. I put that video out, I think it was just last week sometime. Anyway, they called us back because they needed new blinders and a few other things. And, you know, painters in California, they're mostly a dime a dozen and they don't care. I don't know if you remember in the video, we had a pocket door issue, right? And the pocket door issue was they knocked it off the track and the painter came by and he didn't want to say hi, Vinny. He didn't want to do anything about it. So they hired us to go ahead, since we were here, to fix that pocket door. And so we fixed it. You know, you saw it on the video. But now they came back to paint it. And to paint it, they had to paint all the way to the back edge, and I know what they did. They got either a putty knife and finagled it to get their brush in there, or they lifted it in an angle, whatever it is. But listen, whatever they did, they screwed it up again. Not so bad, and I think I can fix it, but listen. That tells me that to paint this thing, they went ahead and jumped it, and I can see where they might have knocked it off the track a little bit, and they tried to put it back on. And I think the one roller is partially off the track. So anyway, with it being partially off the track, it rubs a little bit in a certain area. You can hear it right there. Anyway, we're going to look into that, me and Vinny, and fix it. And for the second time. Painters are rough. They don't give a shit. They come here and they take closet doors off of closet door rails, and then they do what they want, and then they half-ass put them back. They put them on the wrong side. They take them off, and they don't care, and they end up putting them back with these little holes on the inside where you can't even get to them. Halfway on the track, halfway not. You know, they tear up the bottom. Anyway, you can see I have a thing for painters. Not all painters. There's some good painters that I know that don't do crap like that. It's mostly, I call them the blow and go painters. They just come in, they blow, and they go. And, you know, anyway. But the guys that I work with, the painters I work with, they've had their license 40-something years, 30 years, or older guys, and they just don't pull shit like this. Anyway, Vinny's putting up his blinders. The painters removed it. Speaking about painters, they removed it, and then when they put it back up, they broke the string for it, and you could no longer open it, and they admitted to that. So anyway, they're going to be writing me a check for this. Management will pay me, but then they'll pay the management probably on the next job. They'll reduce something. I don't know how they work it out. Anyway, Vinny's getting that done. Now he's going to put on the balance right here. Then we'll work on that. And then they said they wanted only the switch plates changed. And also they want this thermostat changed. We did a video for them how to work this. This is a beautiful thermostat. It's easy to get to, but they don't want it. They want the Home Depot special. So we're going to take that off and give them that. And then also, you probably remember, we needed a door closer for this door here, and Home Depot, none of them had this. We could have got the straight one where we butch up the door and redo it, put a square, but the problem is then it doesn't match the rest. So we ordered it on Amazon and we got it. So anyway, this is what we're doing here today. I'll get a little video as we do things. They want to replace just the switch plates, not the outlet plates for some reason. I guess because your eyes go to this. So what they want us to do is wipe off the toggles with a Clorox rag and make them as nice, and then put plates. So we're going to do that as well, guys. It's just me and Vinny here today. So the owner was very happy with our work. He sent me a little thank you note with his check, because management doesn't pay me. With this particular management company, he forwards the invoices to the owners, and then they write me a check. And of course, they use it for their tax write-offs. They get an official receipt and they write it off. And then, of course, I write off my materials and whatnot. Anyway, with that being said, we're going to get busy. Oh, also we have this issue. I don't know if you remember, but we have 2 outlets. This one and the one on the other side is bad, but we couldn't do it because the guy that was reglazing the bathtub needed power without any interruption. So we went ahead and was gracious enough to leave him alone. By all means, I could have said, look, I'm the contractor of this job. I was here at 5 in the morning. You come stumbling in at 10 or 11 right in the middle of our job. You know, I don't have to do that. But out of respect, I went ahead and just told him I'd make another visit. He sure appreciated it. But let's see if he did a good job. He did a good job. The bathtub looks beautiful. Yeah, everything looks good. Did a real good job. No runs that I can see. All right, guys. Well, sometimes we do get into a little nasty spout, especially with painters. We've had times. See, we don't work with painters. Me and Vinny and Alicia, we do not work with painters. And sometimes they come because they say they'll start on Monday, so we get done before Monday. But sometimes they'll come in on a Friday, like 2 or 3 days before they're scheduled, and think they're going to get in there. And sometimes it gets heated. And they're like, why can't you work? Were you special? You can't work with other contractors? Well, you know, number one, I'm going to get in their way. They're going to get in my way. Number two, most of our jobs have electrical involved. So we're going to be shutting power on and off, and water. They need water. So most of our stuff is plumbing and electrical, where we're cutting down, turning off things that they need. And then the most of all, guys, is usually when they start, it's all prep work. They start with sanding, prepping the walls, the primers smell. They've got masks on. We don't. Why should I have to be forced to wear a mask while I'm working in 90-degree weather just because they want to start 2 days earlier than the schedule they gave us? So when that happens, me and Vinny, what we'll do if they refuse to leave, then what we do is we just shut the power off to the house, and we shut the water off, and we make life really miserable. They'll lay down plastic, we'll move it. We'll pull it right off the fucking walls with the tape and everything. If it comes down to a fucking fist fight, well, they'll have it. But normally it doesn't. They back off. Especially when old Vinny here gets heated. Meatball head. Anyway, so we do run into that at least once or twice a year, where the painters have their schedule. We come in before them, and then they try to, get in here early because they get slow or something, and they got to keep their guys working. And the management company also supports me. They know. Like I told one of the managers, I said, okay, if you're all good with painters working with us, you come over here and see if you want to breathe this dust in and smell this primer, and we don't need to do that, And so anyway, that's my little rant about painters today. Most of them are good guys, but it seems like, I hate to go this direction, but it seems like the Korean ones are the blow and go, and they're the ones that don't care about infringing on your time. Anyway, with that being said, we'll leave it at that. I'm sorry if I offended somebody with that. Well, we're going to get going here, and we'll look at things as we progress. Okay, Vinny's got it all done. These are the cheap ones from Home Depot, but they work good. He did the ballast good. Everything's looking good. They got a little static electricity in them. When they do, they'll stick together. If you ever wonder why they're sticking together, it's the static electricity. If you let them hang for a couple hours, they're good. All right, I'm going to get a picture of that for the invoice, and we're good to go. Hey, Brandon, we figured out this electrical. This outlet didn't work, and the one on the other side didn't work either. Well, what they did was, this is an original. They were going to pull wires to this one. When we opened it up, there was no wire. That outlet was just sitting in there with nothing. They were going to pull some wires, but they probably ran into a stud or something, and they didn't want to open the wall. So basically, I think the smartest thing we could do, if you don't want to pay $200 or $300 to wire it, we can just put a blank plate here, And then we'll come over here and we'll throw this outlet away because this is not aluminum. This is not aluminum rated. See, they've changed these outlets and they're not. So we'll put an aluminum rated outlet there and call it done. That way you don't run up a big bill. So we'll go from there. Okay, this is the outlets that weren't working. It was this one that goes in this bonus room and this one. Neither were working. Basically, I should have showed you this when it was open, but I was doing my own thing and he got ahead of me. He took this one out first and realized there was no wires in here. I guess they were going to feed wires from there to here, and they never did it. So they just put an outlet, a GFCI non-rated for aluminum, in place. The owner don't want to spend money pulling the wires, so we're just going to put a cover plate. Over here, we had a tricky situation. I wish I could have shown it to you. We had 2 black wires and 2 white wires inside there, and they were all capped. In my head, I was thinking, okay, well, usually when you have a daisy chain, if these 2 blacks are not connected and those 2 whites are not connected, something is probably not working around here, but everything's working. So we took our tester, and 1 white wire was not to the panel. It wasn't grounded. It wasn't, connected to the panel. It was just dead. The other white wire is coming from the panel. And the reason why you want to know that is usually when you have 4 wires, you'll have 1 white that's not grounded. It's going to be daisy chained to the other white one. And you'll have 1 black wire that's dead because it's going to be connected to the other black wire through the outlet and go to the next item. In this case, that wasn't the problem. In this case, you had 1 white wire that was effective, and you had 2 black wires that each had 110. So now that could mean if you have 110 and 110 on both black wires, that doesn't mean you have 220. That just means you probably got on 2 separate breakers maybe, or you can even have 2 wires coming in on 1 breaker. It could be connected to another wire somewhere else. But anyway, both of them were 110. So when you take your tester and you find the neutral that actually is effective, and then you test the 1 black wire, it's 110, and then you test the other black wire, it's 110. Then you go ahead and take your tester and see if it's 220. So you take your tester and you hit it, and if you don't get 220, you get nothing basically. But you'll know because if you hit your white wire, then you hit your black and it's 110, then you hit your white wire and you hit your other black, it's 110. Then of course if you touch the 2, if there's 220, you'll read 220. In this case, it was 220. So what we did was, to make sure the next guy knows it, we went ahead and we labeled 1 wire, 110 ohm circuit, and then we used the 1 black and the 1 white to energize this outlet right there. Okay guys, whenever you need a self-closer, they always tear up the one that goes up there for some reason. So I'm putting one that's on a hinge. Sometimes you have to put 2. But in this case, this is what we're using. They didn't have the quarter radius at Home Depot, so I ordered it on Amazon. Basically, it comes unsprung. So I'm just going to get this on, and it's just going to go here. No big deal. And then I'll show you how I adjust them. They're fairly easy, but I'll just take you through it as we do it. I'll get this on and get it on here all ready to go, and then we'll do the adjustment together. Vinny's got this thermostat. This has got heat and cooling. They wanted to take this beautiful, what's the name, Ecobee?
No, I think a Nest.
A Nest. They wanted to take this beautiful, it was working good. We even did a run through. Vinny, showed them how to do it on video. They still didn't want it. So they're putting in this Home Depot special. Anyway, Vinny's going to wire it up. He's pretty good with those thermostats. They're not all that hard. But you could lose track of the wirings, but he's got that in his head, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to get these off and get that off, and then we'll get it on, and then we'll check it out, how to adjust it. Okay, guys, this is what comes in the kit. You get Phillips head, wood screws, or you get these for metal. Like if you have a metal door jamb, then you use these right here, these two. If you have wood, of course, you use that. Then it comes with an Allen wrench, so you can turn the spring, which I'll show you after. And this little tool holds it. Every time you need to tighten it, this will hold it in place. And then when you're all done, you'll remove this tool and you'll put this pin, which stays in it forever. So I'll get this up and then we'll tune it up together. Sorry for the noise of the heater, guys. We're running the heater through the new thermostat pace. Anyway, this is all on. Now I'm going to show you how we kind of adjust these. Come over here. Okay, if you turn this Allen wrench the wrong way, it's going to open it instead of closing it, and I always forget which way to turn it. I always turn it this way, I believe, but I'll check it. I'll do a couple turns, and this bar is like a little leverage bar. So as I do this, I can put a pin in it on the furthest hole, which is right over here. Actually, I should have went more. But this will let me know if I've got the door going the right way. Yeah, see how it's wanting to go that way? It just doesn't have enough power. So we'll keep going that direction. I'm going to give it some more. And then we get over to the last hole over here, which will be this guy right here. And we'll try it. Make sure it's going the right way. Okay, so I don't got enough. Eventually, I'll know if I'm going the right way. This is not feeling right, guys, for some reason. Okay. Okay, so I'm going the wrong way. It's wanting to open. Okay, so now we know I'm fucking up. So now we go this way. And now we're going to go this way with it. So get that in there like that. And now we're going to go that way. And we're going to put this, there's 3 holes. We're going to put this one on the very last hole to hold it. Now we'll try it, make sure we're going the right way. Yeah, now we're going the right way. Now, you don't want this thing to slam. This might be plenty what I got there. Let's just see. If not, we can loosen it a notch. Well, if you have wind, other doors, this might be just right. Because if I go too loose, they're going to call me back out. Now watch. I'm going to go ahead, for the hell of it, and I'm going to go a little bit looser. So I'm going to go back this way, take the pin out, and then I'm going to go to the next hole right here. And put it there. Now we'll try it again, guys. We'll see if it's good a little bit better. Now, I'm thinking this might be it. I'm going to try doing it like this. You just normally walk in and see what it does. I think this is good. If I go any looser, you know and I know, it's not going to latch. So we're going to keep it there. So now what we do is we take the little pin. We take the pressure off of this pin right here, take it out, and then we put the little pin in right there.
In that same hole, right?
In that same hole. And now we got it. I always like to test it from right here. We know if it works good here, we know it's going to work even better here, because the more you open it, the tighter the spring becomes. So if it works from about right here, you're in good shape. So there we go, we're in good shape. So from here, when they come in, let's just do a normal entrance. Come in, usually I stop the door like that and I go like that. But this time I gave it a little help. So let's just pretend we'll go like this. I let go. That's gonna be good enough for me. Job done. Alright guys, we're running mini heater stuff through the paces. We have it set for 76 and it shuts off at 76. Now turn on the AC, get rid of the heat. Had a lot of wires in there for some reason. How many wires are in there?
That's uncool.
Okay, bring it down to 74. Okay. Everything looks good. What did you do?
It was blinking until it's set.
Oh, okay, so now the AC's on. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to run the AC until it gets to 74. And then it is okay. We'll run it till it gets to 74. Make sure it shuts down, and then I guess we're gonna have to find some paint and touch up this paint for them. All right, I got my new painter here. He's touching up around the thermostat where needed. Looking good. Always looking just like a fucking artist. Everything's working good here. How you doing over there? Oh boy, look at him go. He looks so weird, dude.
Yeah, I don't like paint.
Alright, that looks good enough once it dries. Let's see what Vinny's doing here. What are you doing, buddy?
Glazing the sink.
Oh, is that how you reglaze the sink? Alright. Clean that brush good. These are the cheap disposables, but I clean them at least one time. Well, Brandon, I put new rollers. You had single rollers, one. I put on the rollers that have double rollers, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Well, somehow or another, when they were trying to get back here to paint, they got the one roller stayed on, the other roller jumped off from whatever they were doing. I was able to put some tape here and get that one roller back in because the other one was in. But it's funny how these idiots, they just don't care. They'll do anything to get what they need done. And then they'll screw up whatever it takes, but then they walk away and say, oh, well, we didn't do nothing. You know, anyway, it's fixed. It's here just so you can see. No more noise. That's because all 4 rollers are rolling on the hole. Rolling on the rail, rather. Okay guys, we found a bunch of bricks in there because we want to raise it up. It's too deep. You saw we had some of this linoleum flooring or this vinyl flooring on the bottom where it was all deteriorated and he painted it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut a solid piece. We found this shit here. All we have to do is take this little line off and it'll fit perfectly in there, and we'll put 2 pieces. One here and one there, or we'll just get 2 pieces and overlap it. We'll put it on top of the brick. That'll leave us about that much, and then we're going to go outside to the planter, and they've got a bunch of pea gravel over there, and it's missing half of it anyway over there. So we're going to take the other half and we're going to put it on top of that plank over there, and he'll be ready for Saturday's showing. If I have a little clear enamel, spray enamel on my truck, I'll spray the rocks with clear and it'll keep it looking shiny. Alright, we're gonna get this plank cut and get it all in one piece. I think we'll see how it goes. Okay guys, we cut 2 pieces, a little piece over there, put it on top of the brick. Now he can put his gravel to about right here and whatever he wants to put on top.